What's going on, everybody? It's Punk Rock Player One. I'm coming at you guys with another album review. This is an album that already came out a couple months ago, last year in 2023, but I just had to get a review in for this one. I hadn't started really posting to my channel yet when this album came out, but I had to get this in there. So this is Avenged Sevenfold's "Life Is But a Dream," and yeah, let's just get right into it. So when I was listening to it earlier today, and I've listened to it several times since its release, it's been a while. I was shocked at like how expansive it is. Like there's so many different sounds on here, and I think artists try to challenge themselves to release something that they've never done before, that they feel challenged by. I bet they did feel challenged by this, because this is impressive. I mean, this is definitely not your typical Avenged Sevenfold sound, and I think there were some mixed reviews here and there from fans, but I think a ton of people liked it, and I'm not going to spoil my review yet, but generally, I can't spoil it yet. Hold on. All right, let's just go down the track list, and then we'll get to what I think of the album as a whole. So, Game Over, I really like, and the guitars at the beginning, acoustic, kind of reminded me of RE4 in a way, with the kind of the harmonies played by the acoustic guitar player. It just gave me Resident Evil 4 vibes, and a ton of this album gave me that. I don't know why, but like the save screens that you would have in RE4. Watch out for a playthrough of that, by the way. I will be doing that eventually, probably around Halloween. But anyway, I like the acoustic guitar intro to Game Over, and I'll just go ahead and say this is on my top 3 of the album. Game Over is very good. And then moving over to Mattel. Mattel is a straight up banger. It's good. And I watched the music video when it came out, and it was a little unsettling, but it kind of fit the vibe of what the lyrics were going for. And no coincidence, or maybe coincidence, maybe not, but the Barbie movie came out last year. Coincidence? I think not. And yeah, it's basically about being a toy, and your life means nothing, and it's like you're in a swirling chaos of being a toy, and you're just doing the same thing over and over the same day, kind of reflecting with human life, like doing the same thing every single day, like punch in, punch out, clock in, clock out kind of thing. Yeah, like Mattel is a solid track. Also in my top 3 of the I might do top 3, top 5 at the end, but Game Over and Mattel are on that list. Going to Nobody. Nobody was, I think, the first single they released. In a way, I know it's a different track, like it has trumpets in there, but this track feels to me like the closest, like, regular kind of vibes, Avenged Sevenfold vibes from this one, which is not a bad thing. This is why it's very good. The kind of vocal melodies, and the structure of the song, like it kind of does sound different for sure, but I could have seen it maybe with different instruments on a different album by them. So from an earlier album, not too early, but recently. But yeah, it's a very Avenged Sevenfold classic sounding track. We Love You is very good. It might be my favorite song on the album. I love the kind of like punk sounding drumming at the beginning, with that punk beat at the beginning, like it's so good. I love the recording of this album. It just sounds so good on headphones or in the car or wherever. And the lyrics for We Love You is very good. Cosmic when I was listening to it earlier today. This almost feels like a Van Halen tribute with the lead guitarist, what he's doing with how he's playing it, and the structure of the song. It's very prog. It's a long. I think it's the longest song on the album, and it just screams Van Halen to me, which is great. I'm sure Avenged Sevenfold is huge fans of Van Halen. This feels like a Van Halen tribute to me. A tribute to Eddie Van Halen, a tribute to David Lee Roth's vocals, kind of, in the song. The bass, the drums, the frantic pacing of the drums, frantic pacing of the lead guitar. I mean, it's basically a Van Halen song. I love it. And the ending is epic, too. Oh my gosh. To Cosmic. And then the next song is Beautiful Morning. This one is also very just classic Avenged Sevenfold. So when people were saying, like, this is a very different sounding album, I was like, okay, well, that's cool. But, I mean, Beautiful Morning just sounds like classic Avenged Sevenfold to me. At least for the, like the self-titled album. Very much like the self-titled album. Same thing for Nobody, like I said before. Easier is a great track. So on Easier and G and Ordinary, this is like a stretch of songs where they introduce a lot of electronic, like EDM vocals from M Shadows, and kind of funk guitars occasionally, which I love. Almost like Earth, Wind, and Fire sounding instrumental on Easier, G, and Ordinary. I love that. It's great. It's amazing. I really do like it. They were definitely going for something different, and I think they nailed it. It's different. That's all I can say about it. Those three, that stretch, Easier, G, Ordinary, is great. Hey guys, real quick, just wanted to shout out Daft Punk. I can't believe I forgot about this, but clear inspiration from Daft Punk on vocals and instrumental beats and everything on Easier, G, and Ordinary. And then is D, Death, and this is way out of left field. It sounds great though. It sounds like a Frank Sinatra song. It's got the Frank's like the when was Frank Sinatra, like 1950s kind of jazz drums, slow jazz drums, and singing like Frank Sinatra, of course. It's a beautiful song. And then the closer for the album is the namesake, Life is But a Dream. And it's just a piano track. It's a great piano track. You know how I was saying, if you guys watched my earlier video, Alkaline Trio, the interlude of that could have been my wake up ringtone. So that would wake me up. If I put this as my wake up alarm, I would stay asleep because it is just so smooth sounding. But so yeah, that's all the tracks. So about my total thoughts of the entire album, I think it's great. I don't see what all the fuss was about. I understand people can have their own opinions and they might not like it. That's cool. I'm fine with that. But to say it's objectively bad, no, it is very good, very unique, and there's plenty of classic Avenged Sevenfold in here, all throughout the tracks, probably except for Death, Life is But a Dream, and maybe G. Those are your most out-of-pocket tracks. But the rest of the tracks have classic Avenged Sevenfold in it. Maybe not Ordinary either. But when they step out of their comfort zone in those tracks, it sounds very good. So to give you a total review of the album out of 5 stars, I will give it a easy as that. It is so freaking good. Yeah, I have a hard time skipping this when it comes in the car, which means I usually don't. So, thank you guys for checking out this review. Watch out for more, and I'll see you guys next time.